It's not fair. It's just not fair.
Welcome back to another episode of Cuisine TV, where we quiz the cuisine. That's right, we quiz the cuisine. This week we are excited because we are going to try something that both Martha and I are so fond of. This week we're going to try Turkish cuisine. Turkish cuisine is popular not just here in London, but across the globe. Anywhere we go in Central Europe, anywhere we go North America, Turkish cuisine has infiltrated or found its way there. And for good reason. There isn't very many things in Turkish cuisine that we don't like. So, where does Turkish cuisine come from? Well, essentially it derives from Ottoman cuisine, which is pretty obvious. But where does Ottoman cuisine derive from? Now, the beautiful thing about Turkish cuisine and Turkey in general is that it's covered, or at least surrounded by, so many different areas. Again, half the country, I say half the country, but a portion of the country is in Europe, portion of the country is in Asia. And that really does help in mixing flavors, mixing cuisines to make this wonderful Turkish food. If you look at all of the areas surrounding it, the Balkans, Mediterranean, Middle Eastern, Eastern European, Central European, all of these elements and all of these regions has had its influence in Turkish cuisine. And depending on where you're kind of situated or depending on the region of the country, they have their specialities. Turkish cuisine really does encapsulate every single element with bold, big flavors. I mean, the most famous people you may see on Instagram that are doing food are Turkish chefs or doing Turkish cuisine. We also had Martir visit Istanbul and did a Turkish series on cuisine as well. So if you haven't, check that out. But this time we're going to try some real good Turkish food. Right, so today we're going to ordering from Gokyuzu, which is a very popular not really a chain, but a restaurant here in East London and in North London. So we're gonna try a few different things, potentially things that are popular, but also, you know, you may not or you may overlook in a Turkish restaurant, and hopefully that will give you, or we can give you, an idea of why you should try it. Let's get to it.
Right, so our food's here, and I'm super excited. We've got a few bits and pieces here. Maybe some of the items that when you go into a Turkish restaurant, normally a lot of people just get the platters or family meals. I try to pick a few items that if you go into a Turkish restaurant next time, maybe try and look out for. We start with something I really like, and something very similar to things that you'd have kind of on a day-to-day. This is, excuse my pronunciation, sucuklu kasali pide. Now, that's a bit of a mouthful, but what is it? Essentially, a pide is like a Turkish pizza. So it's a bread that's folded into a kind of teardrop oval shape, folded on the sides, but it's filled with generally mozzarella, tomato, that kind of thing. But what we've gone for is one of my absolute favorites. It's the sucuk. Sucuk is a type of Turkish, or, I mean, the Levant cuisine have it as well, but in this case, Turkish sausage. It is delicious. And the particular pide that we've gone for has got that Turkish beef sausage. It's got red and green peppers. It's got egg. And it's got cheese. Amazing. And it's chopped up into a few pieces. So obviously, for those that want to share, can share it. If not, you get a pizza to yourself. So without further ado, let's try. Let's get a bit from here. Look, as you can see, it's got a nice slice. The sucuk, oh, beautiful sucuk. Those that know me know, especially Marty is not here, but he knows that I love the sucuk. So let's take a bite of this. Delicious. Oh, it's So good. I'm glad I went for the sujuk. It's one of my favorite types of sausages. It's garlicky, spicy, got a bit of kick to it, quite dense, but it's just brimming, packed full of flavor. The pide itself, so the pizza itself, it's got a really dough-like consistency. So just as you expect from a pizza, probably a little bit thinner but soft at the bottom. The sides are like crust, it's folded in, so like a stuffed crust pizza. And the cheese and the vegetables really go well. It tastes like a pizza. It tastes like a Turkish pizza. This pide is delicious, absolutely delicious. Right, so I'm not joking when I say this. One of my favorite, not just Turkish cuisine, but one of my favorite dishes or dish, this sama tavuk beiti, a chicken beiti. It is, how can I describe it? It's one of my favorite things. Minced chicken with spices, with vegetables, so like onions, peppers, kind of together, cooked on a charcoal grill with cheese inside it and covered in a very thin, almost like a tortilla bread. And you think it's done there? No, they continue. They pour this lovely tomato sauce over it, and yogurt, and served with bulgur. We don't have the bulgur here right now, but generally it's served with bulgur. It is to die for. It is so good, and this looks the part. The chicken, it's going to be amazing. I really like chicken beiti, and I cannot wait to dig in. So that's enough describing. I think it's time to move on to the tasting. It's not fair. It's just not fair. The explosion of flavors. Honestly, it's unbelievable. Barbecue charcoal grill, that's what the Turkish generally Turkish cuisine is known for. And so you got this inside this beiti, or this wrap. And then within that, there's cheese. So, you can't go wrong with cheese, right? You can't go wrong with cheese. Covered in the most lightest, I think this restaurant described it as lavish bread. And it is so light, so nice, goes perfectly wrapped around this lovely chicken, kind of Adana. So technically like a long chicken kebab. And then it's covered in a nice tangy yogurt and this tomato it's not spicy, it's just really kind of sweet, flavoursome sauce. It is unbelievable. Honestly, I love this dish so much. Right, now I've got to be honest, I've never actually tried the next dish that we're going to try today. So that's a good thing, because I think I cheated on the others, mainly because I've tried those before, and I've said before, I love them. This is something completely new, so I'm really excited. And what we're going to go for now is called the Ali Nazik. What is the Ali Nazik? Well, the Ali Nazik is a kind of a compilation of loads of different things. Char-grilled vegetables, lamb kofta, yogurt, tomato sauce, and it's served with salad, bulgur and rice. Essentially, the Ali Nazik is a dish that's very popular in Turkey during the holy month of Ramadan. So a lot of Turks or Muslim Turks, they'd have this as like a iftar. And so I'm really excited to try something like that, something that I've never tried before. The Turks, they love their char-grilled meats. Kofta is one of the most popular types of food that you can have. Grilled meat, grilled kofta. So it's basically a compilation of all of those elements on one dish. And as you can see, it's quite a colourful looking plate. So we need to try. So I'm going to get my fork and dig into the Ali Nazik. That's good. That's very good. For those of you that know me by now, I'm not a massive fan of aubergines, but I feel like with this dish, the char-grilled aubergines almost like a baba ganoush. So you got your yogurt, you got your char-grilled aubergines, so like your baba ganoush bed with some sauce as well, and it's actually very nice. It's very, very nice. Different to like the sharpness of just normal yogurt that you got in, let's say, your chicken beiti or other different type of dishes. But this is very, very good. And look, the lamb kofta, flavored perfectly, amazing. But the best part of it, it's not chewy, so tender. It's like lamb cutlets, little bits of lamb, very tender, very nice, and it's served with bulgur and rice, so you know you're getting a very, very wholesome meal. And that's one thing with Turkish cuisine, they love to give you enough to eat. Everything is so wholesome. The Ali Nazik, maybe it's something worth considering for iftar. It wouldn't be right to finish Turkish cuisine or Turkish food with none other than the baklava. Now, for those that have seen, have been around, that have gone to different restaurants, tried different types of food, baklava is very, very popular dessert. Middle Eastern cuisine, the Levant has its variation of baklava, Mediterranean baklava. You see baklava a lot, but the origins of baklava was from the Ottoman Empire, and Turkish baklava is that elite baklava, generally made the same, but there's just something about Turkish baklava that really pushes some buttons. What is a baklava, for those that don't know? It's phyllo pastry, so nice golden phyllo pastry with layers and layers of nuts, generally for at least the Turkish one, there's pistachios. It's covered in lovely sugary syrup, and then maybe garnished off with some more nuts, in this case pistachio. So very, very sweet, but again a very popular pastry. And there's loads of different pastry desserts, but I think when it comes to like the number one dessert in Turkey, it's definitely the baklava. So I don't want to have the baklava here and just look at it. I want to eat it. So I'm going to try the baklava. I love baklava, and this is unbelievable. It's making me feel emotional. That's how good. Honestly, that's how good it is. The syrup is so nice. It's not super sweet. So it's not like makes your teeth feel all weird, but it's just so good. And you know what I like about it with baklavas? The bottom of the baklava gets a bit soggy. The top remains quite flaky, almost a little bit of a crunch, and then the pistachio or the nuts are just really good for texture. Altogether, it just combines to make this wonderful dessert. Honestly, one of my favorite desserts. And look at that, it's just delicious. I love baklava, and this baklava was 10/10, easy. So I feel like I cheated a little bit. Turkish cuisine, very popular, definitely one of my favorites as well, just because of the flavors, and I think that's probably why I feel like I cheated a bit. But I tried to keep it to different types of dishes that you probably won't try at a Turkish restaurant. So And I loved it. I loved every single one. There was definitely something for everyone at a Turkish restaurant. Whether you are into your soups, whether you're into your stews, whether you're into kind of charcoal grilled meats, vegetarian, they've got a great selection. Unfortunately, I could only order so much, and I loved it. Absolutely loved it. When it comes to flavors, the Turkish food is not one to hold back. You've got very powerful, very stark, and very explosive flavors. These guys know how to cook, and a lot of their dish have these elements to it. You get, your spices, you get your meats, you get your freshness from salads. Turkish salads are really good. They love their bread, they love their pastries, they love everything there is, and also they love their portions. I've not been to a Turkish restaurant that's been quite shy on portions. They're always there to feed people, and absolutely delicious. So thanks again for watching our video. Hopefully you all liked it, and if you did, you know what to do. Make sure you like, comment and subscribe. Follow us on Instagram. Make sure you follow us and like our stuff on TikTok. We've got TikTok specific content as well. Just share with your friends, share with your families. If you liked it, make sure you're doing all of that, and thank you for supporting us. And I think on that note, I think it's time to say bye.